Alright, so the time is finally here. Um, look at look at my pants. They're very demure, very mindful for sitting in fancies on this fine Sunday afternoon, um, discussing a video that was intended to be posted on Friday afternoon. Um, this week has been a chore. I have learned so many things this week. Um, from lighting, as you can see behind me, my wall. It's very demure, very mindful. The lighting is coming together in certain areas. You'll notice I'm sitting on this side today versus the other side because the other side is still a black or grayish dark dungeon no matter what you try to do with the lights. So we're overcoming that. That's why we're taking this week off. Got a couple things that I'm going to take care of to make it look the way that it needs to look so that you'll actually maybe um, listen to the content instead of just looking at the things that need to be done as I do. Um, I also learned this week that I will never, ever, 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 ever allow myself to try to do one of these things without being able to see what I'm doing. I took a chance this past week, wanted to be in the moment with the guest, set my control devices down in the floor so that I could be at one with the guest and really get into it. And we went for about 3 hours. And it was some really good material, I guess you could say. But we more than material, we genuinely had a great discussion on a wide range of topics. We were super excited to welcome the super popular recently guest who host of the podcast, Guest Who with Jacob Gibbs. Um, Reached out to Jacob shortly after. Actually, I think Jacob reached out to me as well. Uh, anyway, doesn't matter. We both reached out to each other, and he's done this for a couple years and knows some of the ins and outs and some of the struggles of trying to get this bad boy up and off the ground. And we really had a good conversation um, about a lot of different things, but mainly our passion for doing what we're attempting to do with this podcast, or at least for me, what I'm attempting to do with this podcast. It again. I appreciate. I know I've said it already a couple, two or three times, and I'll shut up and we'll get right to it. But I appreciate the love and support that we've seen so far. And we're just getting started, as you will see each and every week, minus this upcoming week. I am going to put some shorts and reels out from this past week, just to keep something going. But I am going to dig in and get this bad boy looking the way that it needs to look on both sides. This side, I think it's coming together. We got. I'm going to put some lights uh, in the shelves this weekend. Finish up a few things over there, and then try to figure out what I'm going to do on this accent wall behind where Curtis and myself sit, because that is just atrocious. It's not very mindful and it's not very demure. So again, I appreciate you guys more than you probably understand. This thing that we're branching off into is kind of a little scary. You put yourself out there and you don't really know what's going to happen, but it's we discuss it in tonight's episode, Tuesday night's episode that we're releasing tonight. Um, there's a lot of things that go into our drive and passion for doing things in our lives, and you come to a point in your life where you kind of figure, that's the direction you need to go, um, and get back to the roots of what you used to enjoy, whether that be having conversations with people and turning that into a podcast, or whether that's going back to school or whatever it is. There's too many things going on at the moment to continue to allow ourselves to get wrapped up in things and just go through the motions. So that was what this week's episode was about. And there were some funny highlights and some funny stories about our past as well. Those are always going to get thrown in. So I hope you enjoy what I was able to salvage. That was some challenging stuff this week. It's very possible that some of that was operator error. If not 98% was operator error. But I know more sitting on this very mindful looking couch. I know more sitting on this couch at 9:14 in the afternoon than I did 48 hours ago. I think we're gonna get this thing licked. So again, thank you guys. I'll get to it. We'll shove this bad boy on top of the other bad boy. Maybe bad choice of words. Anyway, you're fixing to be able to watch us probably have more bad choice words. See you guys. What have you been doing? I hadn't seen you since
Lord, man.
2000 and...
You would have went out, what, about 99?
No, I actually went out in 01.
Did you really?
Yeah, so I think you were what?
One year younger?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. For some reason, I was thinking you was like my brother Matt's age for some reason.
No, I think he was...
He would have been 2 years older, yeah.
Yeah, so I think he was in Laura's grade, my cousin.
Yeah, because he would have been,
I think they were...
2099. 99, yeah. That's right, yeah.
No, I think she graduated before that. It doesn't matter. Anyway, it's been a minute.
Yes, it has, dude. It has. How about the, what kind of cigar are we smoking on over there, dude? That thing smells good, but you gotta have a blowtorch to light that thing, though.
Yes, this is it. I forgot I splurged. No, that's not my daily. That's a little stronger.
Burn coming out a little bit.
Yeah, that would have been a good one for you to try.
What kind of whiskey is that? What brand we on?
So that came out of that Callaway bottle over there. And it's about 120 proof.
It's like moonshine, brothers.
Yeah. It tastes so much better. Yeah, it's a lot better.
I like a good whiskey, don't get me wrong, but just when I take a swig of it, and it just tastes like I'm just drinking straight out of a rubbed alcohol bottle, I won't.
That's when it's like straight corn, dude.
Yeah.
I really think it is.
I'm like, I just know instantly like I'm about to hit up Taco Bell at 2 o'clock in the morning, regret every bit of it.
So this is an Aladino. It's a Cameroon. It's a very, very good cigar.
Do you you shop for those online, or do you go to cigar shops and
I actually go to a local cigar shop here in town, Cigar Box. He's got one in Jasper and one in Coleman that they opened a year and a half ago.
Okay.
He's right there beside Carlton's.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. That's good.
I've known him for years and years. He's committed to sit where you're sitting at some point, but they're off doing some traveling.
Cool, man. Yeah.
I always
dick around with my mic the whole time. That it was over here.
You need to get him a fidget spinner.
I was about used to it, but now because I'm flying blind. I've set stuff down. I'm gonna go in and do the angles and the edits afterwards, so I'm not watching it. I don't know what's happening. So,
Oh, that's good.
So I don't know what it looks like.
This is good,
We're
dude.
just going with it.
What about the monkey, man? All I can think about is the hangover. That's all I can think of is the hangover. I'm wanting right now. Just the one where Chow, gets stuck in the ice machine. He said, "No, you don't call it your house." You remember that? No, I know, Dad. You don't call it your house.
Did you die?
That's a classic.
Oh, dude.
So
that monkey looks like him.
So I had
It does, don't it?
a good friend of mine gave me that, English, a couple years ago.
That's a sweet piece, though.
And he donated it to the cause of fancies because he knew that I was going to try to make it fancy, and he knew I was into older crap, and
Right.
that factors into older and crap all in one. But that's like
I like it, man.
that's
so
like
unique.
the leg on the Christmas story.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't have
I ain't getting
those.
near that, baby. I'll go ahead and tell you that right now. One time, dude, I plumbed a little bit when I first got out of school, This is no lie, dude. And it was down in Mountain Brook, Richie, Birmingham, And we got on our way down there, and I was, we were plumbers. So we got down there, and they were like, when we got out of the truck, he gave me specific instructions. Do not hump or anything like that on this statue they have in their yard. And it was a naked woman. And it looked just like concrete, maybe like some green glitter in it,
That's probably mold.
They paid $1 million for that thing. That's why they didn't want me, getting on it. Yeah. I'm not even kidding you, and it is in their yard. It's just right there in the yard.
So, a couple of questions. Did they really have to warn you?
They were worried what I was going to do.
Yeah. Was it
wasn't-
you or was it like everybody?
If
They
it
told
wasn't-
everybody.
Yeah, if it wasn't $1 million, would you have wanted to hump it? Did them telling you can't hump it because it costs $1 million
That would make me want to.
make you not yeah?
Oh, yeah. Well,
Nah, man, we want to do it more.
it was just kind of like,
I'm definitely doing it.
no, at that point, I was really like, somebody would give $1 million for this? I swear to God, it looks like just,
See, and that's
they'll probably hear this podcast. Somebody be like, send this over to them. But, yeah, I'm telling you the truth, dude. She'll remember me. They had a pool or whatever, and then they had that statue, But it was a good looking statue.
Apparently, if they had to give out warnings.
That's really serious,
That
though.
bad.
Mm-hmm. I didn't walk near that thing.
Couldn't even look at it. Just knew what was about to go down. It did.
There ain't no piece of concrete worth this. You know what I mean?
So, right before we got started, you had said something about one of your social media names was Theo Con.
Yes.
Okay. So, we had been friends on Facebook. Say that you smashed the button, I smashed the button. One of the two of us
Oh, yeah.
smashed the
Oh,
button.
yeah.
But
So, I know them. Yeah.
well, so I knew that was you running down the beach in Speedo. Well, then you had sent Leanna a request, and I got home that night, and she said, "Who the hell is this in a Speedo wanting to be my friend?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" And she showed me, and I said, "Oh, that's Jackie."
Was that TikTok or Facebook?
David TikTok.
Yeah, I've actually started doing more TikTok lately and Snapchat for some reason. I don't know. And I started adding people on there. I guess because it's almost like it's almost like Snapchat's almost like Instagram without all the damn drama.
So
It's just pictures.
So I hadn't started So you said you are doing more Snap?
More Snapchat and more
See, I haven't started.
TikTok.
Like I have my normal peeps that I'll Snap. That's actually on a roll Sunday. I'm surprised you didn't comment on something like that. Some of them was pretty good.
You know me, I saved them. I go back and look at them when I remember.
But anyway, so she lost my train of thought.
She was like, "Damn man,
Oh,
this is a sexy man in this speedo."
yeah.
Was it the leopard skin one?
No, it was like it was multicolored.
Oh yeah, that was like a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so TikTok. That's where we go.
Yeah.
So TikTok and Snap. So I hadn't really tried to do anything. We have one.
Yeah.
I created it, but I hadn't really started doing anything on it. Because to be honest, if I ever get past any of the stuff that people I know send me, then it's like commercial after commercial or ad after ad.
Yeah,
you know, and it's like a whole lot, and you end up going down. And maybe I just don't know how to use it. But you end up, it takes you down some kind of weird hole of crap that you don't really want to watch anyway, and then that's where they get you.
Oh,
Because they'll throw that out there, whether you like it or not, and you may look at it and go, no, or you may go, but you're still looking. Either way, the algorithm is you stayed on there, and so whether you wanted it to see it again or not, you fixing to get blown up.
I used to. I don't know how I got on this, but you know, like the pimple popper.
Yes.
I think I watched like 2 videos like that for a long time, man. That was everything I seen was that. No shit. Like, yeah. Like squirt like 10 feet.
Yeah. I get hooked on them sometimes, though.
Dude, I'm telling you, and when you do, you start seeing more.
Yeah, more.
In general, or just pimple popper stuff?
Well,
Because in general, I'll agree. Pimple popper, no, I can't do that.
whatever I think it's whatever you watch, like. So they kind of like if it's like a 911 call video, I always listen to it. Y'all ever listen to those?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like I listen to that.
Watch the whole cop episode.
Right, you watch the whole thing, and you go to the next one, it'll be some kind of something, you know, then you go to the next one, it'll be another video like that.
Yeah.
And then I'll listen to it, you know what I'm saying? Because
So
they lure you quick.
Real quick.
Uh-huh.
Because, well, it's just like when we were talking about editing video earlier, when I'll sit there and I'll get involved and I'll just watch it. Like, and I'll have watched this same 15 minutes worth probably 3 times. And I'll sit here and watch it and I'll cut a little bit and then I'll watch it and I'll go, oh, wait a minute, where was it? And I'll go back and and so I'll do that or with TikTok. And before you know it, it's 2 o'clock. I quit TikTok for like,
For a long time.
it was almost, it was like,
Got addictive? I've heard about like people getting addicted to it.
I was addicted. I just
if I'm laying in bed,
Well, like where you just gotta keep watching.
yeah.
You know?
If I'm laying in bed, if I have any kind of spray, like I'm sitting there, I'm not doing nothing. Me and my wife will even lay in bed. You can watch a movie, a TV show, or something like that. You know, we get to go to bed early. And if we're old and go to bed at 8 o'clock, and she'll be like, "Oh, guess we can." I'm like, "Or you want to like just sit here and watch TikToks?" She'll be like, "Yeah, that sounds good." And because wait a minute, like we're with each other, we're doing stuff. I'll show her something. I mean, it's just, but we get hooked on it to the point that like most nights I tell myself, I've got to go to sleep and just lock my phone and put it down.
yeah.
Because I just told myself 30 times, it's 12:15, need to go to bed.
Well, I got to the point
1 o'clock.
where one day I thought, how much? I mean, was it entertaining? Yeah. And now we're trying to branch into that, whatever. That's all. Was that lady that it was viral on TikTok last year, and that dude was gonna give her some money, and he was actually being nice and giving her money, saying no.
Oh, she went and spit on crack or something like that,
No,
wasn't it?
she was an older lady with no teeth, and she's like, "Hi, baby." When we finally get all this set up, one of us will be able to go and put it in that moment. But I'll post edit this bad boy in.
Yeah,
because I know what I'm trying to
go
say.
back in there and throw it in.
It's kind of like the Top Gun. I had to do that one time.
Yeah, yeah. That one worked out great though.
I know.
When I saw that popped up, because you put something goofy on there about it, and I was like, yeah, that was. Me and Madison were sitting there watching it, and I busted out laughing. It was something good.
Anyway, so yeah, so real quick before we get sidetracked again, or let me sidetrack again real quick. Crack whore lady walking up and down the street, for real. A couple years ago, we had one of the Walmart pools. I don't ever recommend doing that again.
Like the round one?
Yeah, like the round one that you put up with, and I even spent extra money and got the big filter and the sand and the blah 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 blah. And I couldn't keep it clean. It pink algae all the time.
Maybe your trees. I bet it is.
That, and there's 2 fields that both get sprayed with the chicken poo.
Oh yeah.
The Blue Dolphin people said that was probably what it was.
Big problem too, yeah.
And with it being that style of a pool and not having the returns and whatnot in the right spot to make it do all of its stuff. Anyway, so we were in the pool, and I saw her walking down the road, and she got almost to the stop sign, and she stopped, and she turned around, and she came back, and she walked all the way up to the pool. Well, she didn't get all the way to the pool. She got to the corner of the house, and I was like, "Can I help you?" I mean, because my big ass was in the pool, along with my wife and my 2 kids.
Yeah.
And you know, she had the walk that you.
Is she old or she just geeked out?
Middle-aged geeked. Probably our age. Well, I don't know. She could have been super geek. She may have been 23. I don't know. But she looked.
Say, man, you can't ever tell.
Yeah. So anyway.
Fuck their lives up terribly, dude.
Yeah. So anyway, she come up and she's like, "Can I borrow your phone?" I said, "I'm in the pool. I don't have a phone." "Well, what about in the house?" I said, "It's in the house. I'm in the pool. I don't have one." And then 2 years ago, or maybe a year ago, I can't remember. Time flies when you're having fun, I guess.
She won't steal out of my truck, will she?
No, I hadn't seen her in a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I ain't seen her in years.
Yeah, no. Our doorbell started ringing at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, beating on the door. By the time I woke up, and it was shortly after my wife had made me watch a movie, whatever that, in the woods, where there's people knocking on the doors and windows.
Yeah.
I don't generally do movies of that nature, so that was the first thing on my brain was there's people knocking on, and I'm gonna open the door and somebody's gonna come out with a mask going,
Oh yeah.
And so I'm in my underwear looking through the blinds trying to figure out, and it was another cracked lady, not the same. This was a younger one. She knocked on our neighbor's door and our door, and then went back to our neighbor's door, and they woke up and called a popo. She was looking for the Dollar General.
Beating on houses?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That gives you an idea of, like, she was ringing our doorbell, and she was going back and forth between our 2 houses trying to find Dollar General.
I mean, how whore up you gotta be? I mean, to be like, I gotta just let me knock on the neighbor's house, and then and the people that we do, and they're like, get out, yeah, I'm gonna shoot you, and she was like, okay, will you tell me what Dollar General is first, I mean, like, don't care, just tell her what Dollar General's at. That's all she wants to know, and don't care what,
But it was 3 o'clock in the morning.
She don't care.
Even if it was,
even
if my door was the Dollar General,
they wouldn't have been open. You're right. See, I didn't think about that. See, I didn't think about that. Man, it's anything's possible out here.
It is. So, tell me about your journey on podcasting, because I know you started a couple years ago.
Yeah, I started out with Circle Jokers, and that was me and two other guys.
It's not where I thought that was going. All right, man. Cool.
Three guys, one cup.
Yeah.
But so I was like, I want to do podcasts and I want to get on there and just damn talk. I love to talk. I like people and shit. And so then one guy was going to do like a Christian podcast, and the other guy was going to do like scary things, like where he goes ghost hunting, tells stories, all that kind of stuff, So we were all just going to split our ways because we were trying to figure out like mics, that camera, whatever we're going to do, So eventually we just all split like we talked about. But I wanted to be able to sit down really because think about Coleman, man. Just Coleman right here where we're at. How many people do you know that's done really, really awesome things? I mean, a bunch. There's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got a 3-time world champion wakeboarder. You've got a guy that throws the biggest concert in the country.
We need to circle back. I want to talk.
Right.
I want to talk to you about Shane.
But like you got Butterbean's not in Coleman, but just right on the outskirts.
Close enough.
Yeah, I mean, 4-time heavyweight champion of the world boxer.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool people around here, dude. And even like one thing I really like too is I like knowing what people do. I like reading into somebody, seeing what they like. Like what's Daniel like? You know what I'm saying? Like, does he hate tea? Does he love Coke? You know what I mean? Like just little shit, dude. I like it that all of us have different interests. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I drink clear water and brown water.
But you know what I'm saying though? Like that's always interesting, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of my favorite podcast even Chris Carr, about weather.
See, I didn't even know he had a podcast.
No, he come on my podcast and talked about weather.
Oh,
he could be a meteorologist if he wanted to be. Yeah, he was.
He was.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it's, you gotta think, man. There's a lot of cool people.
There's a moth. Yeah, see,
gonna eat your fabric.
So it's a good thing it's all wood in here, leather, except for this new rug.
Hell yeah, I like this rug, man.
Yeah, it kind of just brings it all together, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
This all just literally happened.
They sent you the wrong rogue.
A minute ago.
Yeah, right. They sent the wrong rogue.
Yeah, there has been
which was a whole different disaster itself.
I need to make a post-it note here because I want to tell you about that. But going back to your, going back to your, that's a lot of why I want to do it. There's been, and people who know me know that there's been a pretty lengthy time that I really was just like going through the motions.
Me and you both, brother. I've been there too.
And so I've never chased anything that I wanted necessarily.
Right. Yeah.
There's been little dinky things that I want a Harley, and I got one.
Right.
I sold you. You're welcome.
Wait. So I got one, and then I sold it because we had said we weren't gonna have any more kids, and then literally bought it June for Father's Day present to myself. August feet on stick, we're pregnant. So I got rid of it, and then fast forward 10 years because he's now 10. No, I guess it'd been 8 years because I've had it for 2 years. I met him when I went into Harley with my flip flops. Looking, not looking. Because I walked in.
Right, dude, you talking to me? Yeah, you were buying a bike that day when you drove into the parking lot.
So I had all intentions.
I smelt it on him.
Well,
Come in.
Well, I went, in all honesty, to find me a damn bike. But I hoped that I would talk myself out of it because I wore flip flops and I didn't, and I knew that.
Dude, I would go and buy a pair of socks and the cheapest pair of shoes we had that would fit people, just for them to be able to test ride those bikes. Way ahead of you.
Told you was making money off of people.
No, I was spending money on them just to get them to buy a bike.
Yeah,
You can't
we
screw
do
your
that.
friends. Who can you screw? Ain't
I
that right?
know.
Yeah.
No, he didn't know me then, so it's just a genuine screw.
Yeah. No, dude, you got a deal. You
Yeah.
know it.
So, so anyway, where's we go? Oh, yeah. So there's been a few things that you go after, you know,
Mhm.
but and this is what I try to tell my kids and Caden especially now because he's finally starting to get to that age where I'm hoping that some of the stuff that I say sticks. I know clean up after yourself and don't pee on the seat and all that. I know that's not sticking,
Right.
but I hope that
That's the little things,
yeah,
though. You know what
I
I mean?
hope that some of the other stuff sticks. But with my daughter, I've told her, you know, the same things that my parents told me. I'm telling you, and I understand now, and I didn't then.
Yeah.
And my parents never said, "Sit down, shut up, listen." You're gonna think, and let me. They just said, "You better not,"
Oh yeah. One and done.
Yeah.
You didn't have
Yeah.
strike three. It was strike
Yeah.
one most
So,
of the time.
but I've tried to tell them, follow your dreams now. It sounds stupid and it sounds whatever else you want to say.
Wow.
But do it because my whole adult life I've chased the dollar. I've went places that okay, well, if I do this skill or if I learn this, then I can do this and I'll do this. And then okay, well now I can do this and so it's just been forever. And I've never stepped back and took the time to do something that I actually enjoy. Circling back to Shane. So I've never and still don't know him. Maybe, but I watched Coleman Daly's podcast that you and him were on. Mainly because I was hoping that what they were doing was going to be good because I know, dude, at the following that they have.
Oh yeah, they're one of the biggest news social media news outlets.
It's James
in
Spann.
Alabama.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
James
it
Spann
blew up.
and them. And so, you could literally bend over and never mind, I won't go there. Anyway, my point is that
Whoa.
yeah,
Hold up.
I could have went yeah.
Yeah.
So
deep, I guess.
so I hope could have been. But look, I'm not going to knock on anybody because we're all just trying to do what we do.
Oh yeah, everybody's
But
to help each other.
I really, really, really had hoped that there would be something like what we're trying to accomplish that could be big locally as well as a little bit bigger that would sit down and have conversations with people and figure stuff out because we've lost that ability.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of been in the back of my brain and we've talked about it for close to a year on and off about just in passing, not necessarily hey we should do it, but just I never really thought that what I had here was that cool. I just built it for me.
It's badass.
Yeah, it is.
Well, and and however this sounds, whatever. But the more and more people that come over that say that same thing, then I got to thinking, okay, well, maybe this is kind of a cool little place to book it because this is what we do in here normally. Now it hadn't been finished because I was lazy and I brought the chairs out here and I was like, oh.
Yeah, but the lights were always off. Had the big recliners here.
Yeah,
These were over there. Brought in some lawn chairs.
We had big fluffy recliners because this was my space. But
This is a sweet man cake.
But unfortunately, for us to be able to do what we're doing tonight, a few things had to change. But that's fine because this is originally kind of how I had envisioned it anyway.
Right.
But then it ended up becoming something different. So anyway, so that's what we do in here anyway, and have ever since it's been built. Since the first person came over and then told somebody else, y'all should go check out. And then the name Fancies came from uh, my wife's best friend, who used to call me Mr. Fancy, because I smoke fancy cigars, I have fancy scotch and bourbons and whatever. And she called me that when I was drinking it out of the one bottle I could afford in the front yard on my lawn chair with my cigar, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And she just, so it stuck. And then that's how Fancies came to be. But through all of that, and having different people come over from, you know, all spectrums of whatever,
Right.
that made me remember I used to enjoy talking to people.
I do, man.
I used to enjoy just having the time to not worry about. I turned my phone off 30 minutes before you got here, and you couldn't figure out where it was at. And you was fixing to go home because I didn't answer.
No, I was about to pick it up and go to the next house. I was like, does Daniel live here?
Yeah, well, I told him, I thought when he was talking about, I'm going to go ahead and turn my phone off. And we were sitting there, and I was like, somebody just pulled up. And he was like getting everything adjusted down, and I was like, whatever.
Well, I had
I
seen
rang
then-
the doorbell to the house.
Yeah, and I was sitting there
See, I
thinking
had
he might
sent
be
you.
knocking on the front door and stuff. And we walked out. He was like, oh, there he is. I'm like, I told you somebody was here earlier. He's like, he's probably going home. He's like, no, man, I ain't sitting here in this people's. No,
See,
gone.
I sent you instructions and said when you pull in the driveway, just walk down beside the house.
I walked coming up here and I was like looking around. That was after I rang the doorbell and I'm like, shit, I'm gonna get shot. You know what I mean? I'm wandering around somebody's backyard.
A little peeping
So why
Tom.
do you look suspicious as
Yeah,
hell?
so
you know?
so the wife and the cheering was
Got a sick mullet though.
They're
Thanks, dude.
You got to throw that in there.
They're at football practice. So that's why they're gone, or there would have been somebody that come to the door other than you hearing the yapping dogs. I'm sure they was barking.
Yeah, I heard the dog.
Yeah, they don't like doorbells. Which and it kills me, and it's funny, and I'm to the point now. It's just it's whatever. But people who know us, who come over regular, know that that's what the dogs do when you ring the doorbell, and they still ding a ding a ding a ding a ding a
Even
ding.
though that, yeah.
Yeah. No, but
So
they're going crazy.
So every time
Harley was losing her mind. She does that outside, man.
well, she's just so excited.
I mean,
once you give her like 10, 15 minutes, she's fine. So anyway, so go ahead, circling back. So so yeah, the thing that actually made me go okay was watching
The podcast on there.
yes.
I'm telling you, Shane is
and listening
dude, man.
to Shane.
Yeah.
So I've known so Sean that I was telling you about that owns the cigar box.
Mm-hmm.
So he knows Shane, and so I've known Sean for a long time. So we've talked about business, and we've talked about the warehouse district, and Shane's name always comes up, and Sean knows Shane, and Shane knows blah blah blah.
Right. Yeah.
And so then Tommy and Lindsay that own Monograms in Coleman, they know Shane. Once Shane came in and did what he had started doing in the warehouse district, then so I've always heard of Shane, and I've always heard stories, and then I knew the Rock the South, but just like he said, nobody, and that's true with anybody. You never, only a close circle truly 100% know you.
Right. Yeah.
But I never honestly followed. I didn't have time. Just chasing dollar. So I see him, I hear about him, whatever. But the older I get, the more people I know that has had interactions with him in some form or fashion. Then I saw that they did a little thing. I bet this has went out because I've talked too long. Yep. So when they did their little ad saying, that was going to be their second one. Have they done another one since then? And I've just not seen it,
I
or have they?
not seen a third one actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought about that.
So listening to him and dude, the story of him, and I'll have to go back and watch it because some of the details is a little sketchy, but wherever he was, whether he was at a meeting or a after party or a stage or whatever, where he was telling the story about challenging people to stand up and say their dreams
Yeah.
out loud.
That was with that girl.
And the chick that wanted to be in the doing event planning and stuff for the Olympics,
Yes.
and him telling his story about being a true introvert at nature. That's You've always had the gift of gab, and you'd be like, "Hey, y'all," and it don't matter. I am at a certain level. Like once you get to where I know I'm okay with you for a minute, then I'm a completely different person. Not different, but I'm more open.
Weirdo.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of more reserved to start out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's too much crap that goes on, and I don't have time for drama in any form or fashion.
I wish that there was some kind of something where you couldn't post your damn drama.
Yeah.
I mean, really and truly.
There's people
Just as soon as you post it, it just filters it out.
Yes.
It just goes away. You don't
Yeah.
even have. It stays on
But
yours.
see-
You think, how come nobody's liking my stuff? Well, because nobody wants to hear it.
That's right.
All right.
But see, some people say, "See this? I bet this is not in the right spot again." I just feel like it's wrong. Anyway, there's people. See, now it sounds too loud, so then I go back and I push it back every time. Anyway, so there's people that would have that same opinion about what we're doing.
Yeah.
So like
Everybody's entitled to their own.
Yeah. So
opinion.
if I want to share my,
and
if I won't post my
keep it
drama,
to theirself.
yeah, if I won't post my drama, it's just the same as y'all posting your little videos. But yes, I 100% agree.
That's totally different.
I know, but
They don't get it, dude.
That's totally like.
But see, that's the thing.
Oh, I know.
On whatever mentality that is, that part of the brain that has logical thought that you can then distinguish between that those two things are completely different.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work anymore at all.
I guarantee you, dude. Just how do I word this? When y'all put something on Facebook and it's gonna have a picture of us or whatever, as y'all's last episode, somebody will stop and watch it, and they'll say, "I gotta see what that goofy bastard Gibbs says."
I do. I swear.
And I love clicking on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I want to see. This has got.
If I'm scrolling on something and I look back,
be funny,
if I'm scrolling on something, scroll past it.
Much rather than I had Donnie beat me up the other night, and it's like, I hated him. Does anybody know a good lawyer? All this kind of stuff.
2
He's
weeks
trying
later,
to get the kids. Then the next day, you see where they're back in a relationship again.
Yeah.
And then like a month later, it's like a share.
What don't kill us?
Profile, you know what I'm talking about?
What don't kill us makes us stronger.
Yeah.
This is what true love's about. Okay.
It's
Trailer trash Tammy over here. She's, looking for love in all the wrong places. It might have been. It might have been her.
Was that her name?
Yeah. It could have been.
Well, Tammy needed to use my phone. I wouldn't let her.
Yeah. There's just something about
That's
it, man.
That's a hilarious story, by the way.
So,
you ever met one in a public bathroom? Then they try to corner you. Come on, man! Give me.
You ever had one knock on your door when you was a truck driver?
No.
Yeah,
I think they call those lot lizards.
I was God.
Yes. I never even drew the curtains back to look and see who was knocking. Pull the curtains back, doors are locked, seatbelt was wrapped around the steering wheel, back in the handle of the door,
had a lot thing tighter than Fort Knox.
I'm in. Nothing's happening. That was another thing. I was chasing the dollar, and then I got burnt out, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go truck driving, and that was cool, and I enjoyed it. Other than being away from home, But then that was in '08 when everything hit the fan and we wasn't doing nothing. And I was driving a flatbed, hauling building materials, and nobody was building.
Obama Day. Yeah. Can't
So
really say that though.
sure you can.
I'm just kidding. Anyway, Joe Rogan made that all possible. Say whatever the hell you want.
So
Man, I mean, been getting himself into some shit.
I'll tell you what,
Some
dude.
stuff. There's something recently, about the Donald Trump deal, where everybody he endorsed somebody else for something. Did you see that?
No, I saw where he almost said he didn't believe in God to Kid Rock.
Oh no, yeah, and it was like
Yeah.
I pressed the button, and here's like, wow,
Yeah,
you
'cause,
know,
I mean, I'm telling
it
you, he
was,
looks at Kid Rock and he says, "Do you believe in God?" Kid Rock said, "Hell yeah." He said, "Seriously?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, hmm. Kid Rock said, "You believe in UFOs and shit? You don't believe in God?" And Joe Rogan's response was, "Well, I was hoping all those things were true too."
that good answer.
And it was like, not that I don't like him anymore. You
Yeah.
know what
Yeah.
I mean? But it was just like, whoa. And I'm not gonna lie. Elon Musk, dude. That cat's out there. People say what they want to. He's a genius,
He's got a
but
bunch of
he
money.
is far out there.
You gotta be.
Have y'all seen that where he says that he goes inside the earth?
no, I have not.
Wait, you said what?
So part of the funny story of leading up to us sitting here with little headphones and mics and cameras and whatnot is on the tail end of me taking a social media hiatus, and I'm just now starting to pay attention. So there's a lot of stuff that I've missed. So you'll have to fill me in on some of it.
I mean, it was just, I don't know. This, like Elon Musk, you could look it up, dude. He's talking about, he goes down and like, he's in like the middle of the earth, basically. And then there's like all these creatures, and they actually have like citizens in jail and stuff down there. But they let him and his people go.
So is this a dream, or is he saying that he's been there?
For real.
I have to go
He's
back.
on Rogan when he tells it.
Wait,
Yeah,
now I've seen him on
so.
Rogan where he was smoking some stuff.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. Yeah, because
Yeah.
no lie, he tells that.
Yeah,
So was that a
it.
recent thing, or was
Like,
that
if that's
just?
true, I want to go with it.
Yeah, that's what check it out. See what it's
Go
like.
check it out, man. Yeah.
And if there's anybody that's been there, it's probably him.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody that has the money to one, build spaceships and stuff, but two, put one of his first Tesla models inside his first spaceship and send it into orbit and let it stay.
That's weird.
Did you ever see that?
No.
When you got that
mind.
kind of money and ability to do that, why not?
There's a documentary back. It's a couple years ago. I think it was on Hulu or Netflix. One of them.
That's interesting because that's very strange.
So they followed him through the whole SpaceX project, not the whole thing, but you know what I'm saying. And so it was like an hour and a half, 2 hour long documentary about that, and it ended with the little spot somewhere in the spaceship that gets jettisoned off into space, and one of those that don't ever come back. If I'm not mistaken, I think that the Tesla was in there and he was leaving it there. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, it was.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I don't.
I think he even put a little fuzzy dice on the mirror.
I mean, when you got enough money, enough power to be able to do that ability, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, someone's like, "Oh man, if you could send your 69 baby blue Camaro to space forever, would you do it?" I'd be like,
I know.
Yeah. When we send this thing rig out, hell, I'll even watch it before I bring it up there. Put it on the trailer so I ain't got to drive it. I don't want to get it dirty.
That's right.
Peel
the plastic off and then send it up.
Yeah.
The amount of things that I could buy with, I don't know, say like 30 grand. the things I could think of that I thought, if I just had 30 grand, I could get this, or I could do this, or I could take care of that, or do that. And I have all of those thoughts over 30 grand. If I had that kind of money.
He's probably bored. I ain't never thought about that.
I was
But think about it, there's nothing at Walmart he could buy. He could buy the whole damn Walmart.
He could
You know what I'm saying? Then maybe he's bored.
I was talking.
That's why I built a spaceship.
I was talking to my buddies the other day, and I was like, I just want so much money that I don't know what to do with it. And like, oh, everyone's all instant responses. Oh man, I know exactly what I'm like. No. You think of, all right, you got enough money to buy everything you could possibly ever think of you could ever want.
Yeah.
3 times.
Oh yeah.
And then you still have so much money. That wouldn't even put a dent in it, and you wouldn't have anything because you've already bought everything you ever wanted, done or whatever in your entire life 3 times. What are you gonna do it all again? Really, after the second time, you'd probably be first time's like I gotta do it again. Second time, third time, maybe like
I think I would do more traveling.
This hangover is really,
I think I'd do more traveling. I really do. I think I'd do more traveling than material things. Though.
Where else you gonna go?
I'd go everywhere from Ireland to.
That's on my list.
Dude, I would pack some golf. Well, fuck that. I would buy new golf clubs everywhere I go.
Yeah.
But you did. It's just like, you know what? We're going to Scotland tomorrow. I'm going golfing in Scotland or something.
If you get to that point, just
you can ride.
You have your own plane. You would?
Nah, I don't know, man. I always hear about these little planes crashing. I think I'd rather be in like a big one, to be honest with you.
Like a private jet.
Yeah. I probably won't be able to ever.
We're talking about billions of dollars.
Billions of dollars? Yeah, I have my own jet. That thing's going to be like 76 feet long. Chandeliers. I mean, it's going to be nice.
Something like Elvis Presley said it,
Oh, yes.
You got the, front seats in it.
Yes.
Billions
of dollars.
Is a 76-foot long plane a good sized plane? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Or is that like a starter version? I don't know.
I think it's probably the mid.
Yeah. What size do you like? You have a medium?
Yeah. Like mid-size, please.
Yeah.
Is that 76 foot?
Yeah. That sounds like a good size.
So,
just no public restrooms in it.
Does it got Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
So, what's this I hear about public restroom?
Oh man, you don't want to go with me public restroom.
I heard something.
I definitely want to now.
Yeah.
When word got out that I was having you over this afternoon, somebody told me that.
Guarantee you, dude. It's been somebody's been in the bathroom with me. I always look at the person that went in with me or the person beside us, and I just say, nice penis, dude. And I just go about peeing. And I'm always kind of bracing because I'm like, somebody's going to punch me in the back of the head one of these days, I don't even look. I just kind of look at them. I'm like, nice penis. Or whatever. Yeah, hell yeah. It embarrasses the shit out of people, right? Especially if it's you and a friend that goes in there.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, hey, Daniel, look at this penis. Like, it's a dude showing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, show.
Yeah. We were talking about this the other day, though. Yeah, you always hear the rumors. So-and-so's hung like a mule or something, right? You know what I mean? And it's like, well, how does he know? How would you know if the other person was hung like a mule? Maybe you're really small. You know what I'm saying?
Could be, or maybe you've been.
We were talking about this the other day, and it was just like, it's like, how do you know somebody's like hung?
What pushed you to the urge to be like, hey, I'm so and so? I mean, you know that?
And it's like, well, how long's yours, bro? Oh, you might be like real
so
small.
What you're saying is his just bigger than yours.
Yeah. Yeah, you will hear people say that. Man, dude, so-and-so, man, now I'm looking at that mule.
So I worked with
How you know?
I worked with a feller. He's retired and doing whatever he wants to do at the moment. But he used to always say that he grew up with so many brothers that he didn't have room in the bed because they all had to sleep in the same bed. And because everybody had always asked him, why is it so long? But skinny, like super long but super skinny.
Mm-hmm.
And he always said that because he grew up with all his brothers, they all slept in the same bed. He didn't have room to do this. He had to do this, and so that's
Like twisting dough, man.
I know. Just roll it out and then put it on the counter, you know. It's like you watch them make like those little Laffy Taffy, you know, the little ropes for rolling them out and stuff.
It does feel weird without the earmuffs.
It does not.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean,
sometimes I do.
if,
Sometimes
if
I
we
don't.
had started, without the muffs, oh, look, you got your muffs on all the time.
I like hearing the voices because I can. Well, here's my thing. You know, I'm deaf. I can't hear worth. I mean, yeah. I just I can't. I'll hum the shit out of somebody.
Huh?
Yeah. What?
Yep.
Yeah. So, but
Oh,
so when I have these on, I can hear everybody clearly. I don't have to focus. I don't have to like especially at work, working all that steel and grinding and banging on metal. I mean, my ears ring all day at work.
It does.
Plus, after being in the Marine Corps, shooting all them,
sound better.
shooting all the guns and stuff. I just my ears ring and I'm going deaf, so I can hear everybody and be able to engage in the conversation, and not have to
Go, huh?
Huh? What? There we go. What did he say?
You know, Fancy's Unfiltered is FU.
Ah. So.
Did you know that already?
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I
thought y'all were smart, dude. I didn't.
I didn't announce it, but yes,
that's pretty cool. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
So, I've told a couple people. Everybody always asks, "What's your show gonna be about?" I don't know. I mean, there. So we've only had a few, and then there's one that's a top secret that we've never even released. That's where we got the B-roll footage from. That was the one that I ended up not releasing because I didn't like the way the audio sounded.
I forgot about that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I may tweak that. We may have some like unfiltered deep cuts or something.
At least some clips for
Yeah,
the talk tick.
that was our very first one, and I never even messed with it because once I heard it, I realized that I didn't smash the right button on the thing, and I was getting audio from that device, and that device, and not these.
Yeah, kind of squealing a little bit.
It was awful.
Yeah, pig.
But we didn't really sit down that night to think this is going to be our first one. Anyway, so we hadn't done that many, but shit, where was it going?
The main thing is, dude, it will be very few downloads for a while. Promise you.
Oh yeah,
it will, and then it'll. The more episodes, the more it'll start coming out.
So my plan is I have committed. So again, going back full circle, and I'm serious. You know him. So one day when y'all are drinking green beers together on a golf course or something.
You're talking about Shane?
Yeah. So, going back to the airplane chick with the or what was the airplane dude that was in the Olympics and whatever.
Oh yeah.
So in that same little hickey, he also was saying that you got to put it out there.
You do, man. You really do.
I have never put anything out there. I have always, to myself or to my wife, said, "Hey, you know what we should try to do?" But I also told her for 15 years I was going to lose weight, and she never held me accountable for that either. But so
story of our life.
Everybody has New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, this is my year.
So my point was I could confide in her, but she didn't necessarily hold me accountable to pursue something that was scary.
Yeah, it really is. It is for a little while, for sure.
Well, I've never been the type of person to put myself out there. I've never been, I'll do my thing, you do your thing. Leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. There's certain people that, see, you should feel.
Dude, I don't give anybody an option to like me or not. I'm going to be in your life. You're going to think I'm funny. Get used to it.
So,
we're friends now.
Whatever your opinion is, you should feel
flattered.
Yeah, because I've just never, I know a lot of people, and I'll hey, how you doing to a lot of people. But I've never taken the time to actually, hey, how you doing? And because I've always been so busy, I've always been going and doing, and
I mean, I hurry to get nowhere.
yeah,
It
and
really
and
is.
so my most enjoyable moments in the last 2.5, 3 years, however long Fancies has been around. Oh, what does that say? Established 2021.
21, 3 years.
So there you go.
That's
So
nice, dude.
I did that on purpose. Those moments like this, I go, what's that? Um, so I still have to look back on Facebook in my job history to see when I started the job I have now. If I try to remember how long I've been there, I just some things don't work. Anyway, my point was that you can confide in your spouse or whatever, life partner nowadays.
Oh yeah.
Whatever your person, you can confide in that person, and they're supposed to support you, but they also, a lot of times they're not going to push you because they want to love and support you. But if you put it out there in front of other people, they're going to give you shit if you don't follow through with it. And so it gives you a little bit
Its motivation.
it gives you a little bit of motivation, because if you didn't have the confidence to put it out there and say, this is what I'm going to do, and announce that to multiple people. Like I brought those out here just so you can take one home with you.
Sweet.
I got stickers, So I got stickers. We got websites. We got all. I'm putting it out there so that I have no other option but to push through and do it, because I know, going back to what we were talking about a second ago, there's been some videos that I've done either on TikTok, YouTube, or whatever since we've said go. We're gonna make this do what it do.
Right.
That I've spent absolutely zero ad money on, and has just went stupid. Not last week's, 2 weeks ago episode.
Yeah, the Bigfoot.
On YouTube, had right at 1,000 views.
Oh, wow.
On our first official.
That's good. That's big. Too,
I know.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, most of the time, like on YouTube, it's like 11 views.
Yeah.
It's way less
of
a margin.
That was the first.
Let's
tune it into let's get on top of us.
1,000 anytime is good, dude. On YouTube for sure. Yeah. I'll tell you this.
It was like 8 something.
Talk about putting yourself out there. This has always been one of my biggest things, I guess, that's kind of motivated me to do this, right? Okay, so there's 382 million people in the United States alone, right? But with podcasting, you actually are accessible worldwide.
Yeah.
Right? You got to think, out of 382 million, at least 3% is going to like you. At least. Do you understand what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
Some people don't like podcasts. Some people do like podcasts. Some people are just like, holy shit, I hate listening to people talk. I've heard people tell me that. Yep. I'd rather them tell me that. We're like, did you hear that podcast the other night, man? We said something about you. It's like, no, man, I hate podcasts.
My thing has always been having time to just sit there and listen to a podcast. Like I used to, every once in a while, I would try to listen on the way home, but it's just a 20-minute ride.
Right.
Hey, I found the perfect thing. You gotta do it going back and forth like vacation, the beach. So me and my wife will do. We'll like plug up the iPad and set it on the center of the dash, whatever, like in the middle. So like she can sit there and watch it. Or it's just the Apple CarPlay to the radio. Kids knock out. So we always drive late at night.
Yeah.
So we sit there and it's the perfect time to do it. But now I got a couple buddies, they listen to it while they're at work,
Right. I mean, you got to think, dude. Let's just think 1%. 1 out of 100 people likes you. Would you not be super happy with 382,000 fans? You know what I'm saying? It's really.
I'm excited about.
It's more trying to get the word out there. I know that's the crazy, but Like one time just went to we went to Nashville to hang out for the weekend. I went to a bunch of the bars above the urinals, all that kind of stuff. I just put cards out. Next week I had, I don't know, 20 or 30 listens from Nashville.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, it must have reached a good bit of people because most people are vacationing there. You know what I'm saying? So if that many people from Nashville tuned in, yeah, that's always been my thing. You really only need 1%. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. And that's just in the US alone.
Yep.
And you're worldwide.
Yep. I was trying to figure out if my hand was in the. I'm not used to the new angles that I put in early this morning. So,
but yeah, I mean, that's one thing that's always really motivated me. And hey, I'm at the age now. I'm 40 years old. I'm married. I got kids. I'm doing this shit because I'm having fun with it for one thing.
Yeah.
So where can you go sit down? Like us three. I met him tonight. Know you hadn't seen you in years.
oh,
And you basically get to catch up with somebody like if you just three strangers sat down at the bar. That's my favorite. That's my biggest motivation. So I'm like, damn.
and so that
So and so would be cool to sit at the bar with, even if they don't drink.
yeah,
You're still sitting at the bar with.
So getting back to that, I've allowed myself to be so consumed with everything else that I've not allowed myself to sit down and do this except for the last 2 or 3 years in here late at night, just because it's here and I don't sleep anyway. Yeah. So why not tap into what I used to enjoy doing? I didn't used to try to, like I've told everybody for the last 10 years, one up until just this year, I gained a lot of weight and then the beard and bald. And so I don't look anything like what I did at school.
Beard, bald, belly.
Yep. Yeah.
It's a triple B, but it's never good when it's a triple B.
Yeah. So
unless his beard's long.
I can be literally, I can be standing
Not
next to somebody in town that we went to school with, and they'll have no idea it's me, and I'll be a-okay with that because I got shit to do.
Right.
And I've never slowed down in the last 20 years to just remember that there's something else to say. I'm tired. I'm tired. And so when people ask me, why are you doing this or what's it going to be about? And that's, we got sidetracked a minute ago. It's just whatever comes up.
That's right. Yeah.
But I'm
just
tired.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit,
so I don't care anymore. And we even said that last week. Care, don't care. Sorry, not sorry. I don't care anymore. Nobody's gonna come in here and do anything or say anything that's just absolutely doesn't need to be said.
Right.
But everybody's got opinions, and everybody needs to be able to
be heard.
Yeah. And I'm just tired of sitting here going, oh boy, that's gonna hurt.
Right.
And part of the reason I took a break from social media for so long was the same reason I took a break from the news for so long, except for a few here and there, just to make sure that the world's not fixing to blow up, which it is, by the way, if you hadn't paid attention.
Man, I'm gonna tell you that.
But so I had literally, I mean, the last, how long have I been dicking with this?
It's been over a month, I think now, since the beginning. Easily. I mean, because there's been 3 or 4 different videos. So yeah, 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah.
And I've poured every bit of effort I have into trying to figure some of this crap out that I didn't anticipate trying to do all at one time. Like I knew in one of our videos I did the other day, I have a newfound appreciation for trying to do what we're doing. I knew that there was a lot to it, but then trying to do it all the freaking time with doing regular stuff and then daytime stuff, nighttime stuff, this stuff, and then I've committed to 1 a week. Going back to what we was talking about, putting it out there.
1 a week. 1 a week's plenty.
1 week is plenty, especially now. So I try to do, we try to do this on Tuesday nights, factor in whatever may happen, and try to have it posted and released by Friday. It gives me a few days of buffer.
You need it.
But my plan is to, if we're sitting down on a Tuesday night with you, I don't care to sit down with a Wednesday night with somebody else,
Right.
and just have, constant stuff in the works to be able to post.
Right.
I used
Stuff happens.
Yeah,
You know,
I used
might
to.
not,
You'll have
yeah,
cancellations.
Oh yeah,
People's kids
that,
get
or even
sick.
family
Or,
stuff
yeah,
too.
and I
You know,
used
I
to,
can't tonight.
my ignorance,
Got
I
the
used to
plague.
think, even with TikToks or Reels or whatever, in my ignorance, I used to think that, boy, those people being spontaneous like that all the time. No, you can, I can edit a day's worth of video at little 4 second increments throughout the
Mhm.
day and push it into a kick ass TikTok, push it out and go viral. You know, so what I used to think was, well, I sure don't have time to just spontaneously be,
Right. Yeah.
and put it on.
Because you do. You got to be consistent. That's my problem too. I'm not
Well,
consistent.
see, and even my TikTok that I did the other day in the school drive-through, which I saw your wife, by the way, that same day that I did that TikTok about get your kids and get your shit and get out my way. If you didn't see that one, you should go back and watch it. But, um, and then, so I even said in that one that I was going to try to do these more often and try to do these daily.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, then the next morning I thought,
Daily would be I mean, dude, it would turn into a job.
okay, but think
And
of
you'd
all,
be so nervous.
but
You'd
think
be
of all,
frustrated.
but think of all the people that do stuff daily,
Mm-hmm.
and it's because they just constantly are nonstop. You think Nunley uh, records and edits and posts one a day? No, he's like throughout the
Oh,
day.
you're talking about like TikTok videos, not
Yeah.
podcasts,
Oh
right?
no.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
No.
I was thinking about
Oh,
podcasts.
sorry.
I'm like, holy
Did
shit.
y'all get?
Yeah.
Sorry. Did
Okay.
y'all
Like
get
a video a day. Hell yeah. You
Yeah.
can do that easily.
Oh yeah. So this one saying, but you gotta get in the habit of constantly going, just random stupid
Yeah.
whatever. It doesn't have to be posted. You may not ever use it. But when you get to the end of the night, you're sitting here in fancies and you're having you a libation without conversation, and you're by yourself and you go, hey, and you can put all that together and post it. I used to think that you had to be like spontaneous and so um
People like all types, man, all forms.
yeah,
Yeah, man. Like
there's somebody for everybody.
That's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of
So
people out there.
how long would you say it took you to start seeing some traction?
It was about
And so
November of last year, I think.
and
Probably.
we're on kind of opposite spectrums too, because you've been mainly focused solely on the podcast audio side of it.
For sure.
And I'm trying to jump in
To do the video stuff.
yeah,
I
like when
like the little clips. I really wish I could just quit doing the YouTube, honest to God, and just do clips and send people to the audio. That's what I really wish I could do. Like on YouTube, I've got some videos that's been a few thousand, but it's never consistent,
right.
Yeah.
ever.
Well,
It's
so
not.
some of the last ones that I posted were uh clips that I didn't do anything with YouTube with. So it's a program. I'll tell you about that here in a little bit.
YouTube's tough, man. YouTube's tough to like hit algorithm anything.
So
You can post something on TikTok and get 1 million views. Okay, well, I got one video that's at like almost 5 million, I think, or yeah, 5 million or 4 point something, 8 million, 4.89 million something on YouTube, 6,000 some odd views.
So
So what it works is, yeah. That's what we
weird.
was talking about the other night. I was talking about, getting into the algorithms and the patterns and,
It's
pushing
those
it out there.
hashtags,
Yeah, I said TikTok's the main big thing.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's blowing up on it.
Somebody thinks you're cute.
Yeah.
Somebody thinks you're a bad parent. Somebody thinks
Yeah.
you're ugly. Somebody thinks you're fat. Somebody thinks you're funny as hell.
Just
One
that
person
1%.
thinks you're good looking and the hell you're funny. somebody likes your accent. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it does. It works like that. If you go back and you read, like on some of my videos where they went viral, if you go back and look, it's always like the same stuff, and I always try to interact with them. But it's the I feel like I draw the people that are really like, this dude is nuts. You know what I mean? Like
So
there's
what
no
is
telling what he's going to do next, and their comments are jokes most of the time.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like, hey, man, I would have been chasing him down the beach too if he was in a speedo. It's more like, golly, dude ain't got no ass. You know what I mean? Like they know I'm gonna lay up in bed and laugh. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes it so funny to me is the comments. I don't care if you say I'm ugly, everybody in my whole house. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and I just fan right through those.
well see, and
When it
that's
gets to the funny shit, I'm there.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
telling you, I'll
Yeah.
comment back. I'll be like, this is my favorite. When I did this little dancing video where I did like that, you know, like that, like I was the fastest dancer in the world, somebody put on there, it looks like dude's body took a screenshot.
It just blinked real quick.
Yeah, and it's just like that.
So what is
I was acting like
classified?
I was the fastest dancer.
What is classified as viral now?
I think it's anything around 50,000.
50,000.
Actually, yeah, somewhat viral.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know
I think that's right.
that's had to have been adjusted because it used to be a much lower number. I thought
You'd have to take the averages. So I could put a TikTok on there right now of me saying that looks like the Hangover monkey, right?
Mhm.
And I might get 1,000 views on it. I might cut a little snippet of us in here where we started laughing or whatever, and I mean, you could put a fart noise in the background. You might get 4 million views. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just because that's in there.
That's just the
So-
way it is. I think the shorter the video, the more people are more interested. And that's another thing TikTok's put on there now too, where it's got to be like a minute long if you want to get paid.
Oh, okay. So I was fixing to get into
So what
that.
I've heard anyway.
So I know that you wasn't full bore on the video stuff, which is all these platforms that we're talking about. So I didn't know if you had been able to delve into the monetization side of things yet or not.
Facebook. It's the only thing I'm monetized on. If I would have had 10,000 followers on TikTok, that one video, me and my son dancing, would have probably been about $800. Actually, I talked to somebody one time, and I'm not gonna lie to you. They told me that video could be worth between $15,000 and $30,000 if I would have been monetized. Because which I've turned it over to like one of those people that puts it out there, but I ain't got shit from it. Like Facebook, man. Last month, I think I'm gonna go whopping $6.83. Yeah, in fact, I went and put a down payment on the wife's new car.
Wait, Wendy's got that faux for faux.
But you know what I'm saying though, like
So
Now
if
you
you're
got
consistent,
$6, you can upgrade to the biggie bags. Five for
right?
five.
Yeah, I think if you're dramatic on there, I think you get more. There's more people looking for a fight than they are people that's looking for like, yeah, some bitch is funny. I'm gonna follow him.
So I watched a chick.
They want to follow somebody that's having relationship problems.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
So I watched a chick the other day. All my days have run together lately. So anyway, whatever day it was, and she was saying, I was watching her YouTube video about TikTok videos, and she was telling you how to kind of tweak some things. And she said something that I would never thought. She said, just while you're scrolling, just look and see what these hashtags are
right.
on this video that showed up in your feed that's got however many million views. Copy those hashtags. If your video closely relates to whatever that is, put them hashtag bad boys on there, stick it into the feed with the rest of it, hop on that train with what's going
Get
on.
in there. See, and that's like it might be Olympics 24 might be a hot hashtag, whether it's really the Olympics or it's all three of us out in the yard sitting who can jump over a garbage can. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's not a bad idea, actually.
right? Yeah, that could be in the next Olympic game. By the way, I swear to God, they're making up events, dude.
Yeah,
That'd be breakdancing.
Yeah.
So and so that was going to be one of my points that I made was with me doing that TikTok the other day, and it got 800 something views just organically. By the end of the day, my rant in the school drop off line got 800 and something views on TikTok. I've only been on TikTok for 3 weeks on Fancies Unfiltered.
Did you have did you do like hashtag Carline?
I did some school
I was
or
supposed to say
something.
that would probably be a pretty
So
hot
I
hashtag.
intentionally
There's
tried
a
to.
lot of people that love to post about how funny it is that people are there at like 2 o'clock in line.
Yeah.
So that was my thing. I try to be relevant and I try to figure out what, but it's not in my nature to put myself out there. I again, anybody that knows me, I have random rants and I have random moments where I just will tell you exactly what I think, but I can't think to remember to do, and then you have that problem where is that do you want to be the person that just rants all the time or do you want to try? So when is it forced? Like when are you trying to do something to gain followers versus just being yourself? There's a fine line though. Like you could. So I told you I tried to chase the dollar my whole adult life. So it's easy to go and watch that chick on YouTube telling you how to chase the hashtags and the dollars on the thing. Because I mean, if you're putting yourself out there, you want to be feeling warm and fuzzy.
Everybody wants to be viral. Everybody wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, you wouldn't like just the thought of it's like shit. What if I had this many followers? You know what I'm saying? Like I've been recognized shit so many times as people thinking I'm Theo Vaughn.
Yeah.
And I've even started turning it around to where I'm like, I wonder if anybody's told Theo Vaughn he looks like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like,
did you
there's
watch
been
his
several
other day
people.
with the president?
Yes, that's funny. But like the other day, a buddy of mine was telling me, he's like, "Man, I had on one of your shirts, and he said I was walking through Bridge Street. Some guy comes up to me and goes, 'Where'd you get that shirt?' He said, 'Well, actually, he buys feed from me all the time, man. He's got like a little farm, whatever.' Said he's give it to me, and I have. I said, 'Really? I wish I knew where to find that, man. That guy is crazy.' But I haven't had that to come up to me personally yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's like, just, hey, Theo. Like, you sing like Theo. It's like but like Morgan Gaither, the one that I had on the podcast last night, the softball player. We literally went to Birmingham. I bet I saw her sign 100 autographs. It was nonstop pictures, autographs, and I don't know. I just think that'd be super cool, especially like to mean something to somebody. Like if I walked through St. Jude's today, nobody know who the hell I was. You know what I mean? I would love to be able to walk through and make somebody's day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like in this life, dude, it's so short. Like
you only got one to live.
Right. I want to go out.
And I didn't used
the
to
person that they're like, he was so fun. He could talk to a 3-year-old or he could talk to a 93-year-old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And I used to, for the longest, try to run away from that.
Yeah.
Because again, I was always
I've
in there.
always loved to talk to people.
Wide open to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, that's why I got you here.
Yeah. No, the social, but my wife hates going anywhere with me, and there's nowhere we go that I meet a stranger, and we can't go anywhere. We've been in the mountains, at the beach.
Oh yeah.
That people come up, and my wife, she'd be like, "Who's that?" I'm like, "I ain't got a clue." But I'm just happy that they know. I mean, she's like, "We can't go anywhere without somebody knowing you."
Yeah.
My mother-in-law, same way. They went on a cruise ship to, other side of the,
ocean.
Well,
yeah.
Way far away from here. She called us, telling us about it. And I bet you done met somebody you know. She's like, "Oh, yeah." She's like, "I went to high school with this girl over here." And I'm like, and she could be in the bathroom at Buc-ee's in Kansas bumping somebody she knows. Social butterfly. I've always been
okay.
Dude, I love it. I love this.
And making people laugh and stuff. I can't help but just pick on people. Just find something, you know, to
There could
aggravate
be
him.
4 empty benches and one bench with some dude that looks like he is just a damn,
I'm gonna sit by him.
just an ass. You know what? I'm going to sit by that.
See,
See, look,
that's where my introvert it really shines.
No, you just go there and sit, then you
I
just got to
will-
keep staring at each other. And say,
I will
"Sup, man?"
be that old feller sitting on the bench by itself. That's just
Now, if I walk into a bathroom, pub bathrooms, you got urinals. If there's 3 of them, I'm standing in the middle, so that way it makes you uncomfortable, the other guy uncomfortable, because they know. Normally, most people they walk in, they go to the to the end one.
yeah,
That way, and then another guy walks in, he'll go to the opposite end. Nope, not me. I'm going to the middle, baby. I guess I need to start doing your thing. Yeah. Hey, nice finish, man.
so if you're not going to the urinal, which one do you go to? Like if you got a choice of 3 stalls and you gotta go sit down.
Oh, the poop?
Yeah, which one are you going for?
I always sit down right beside the person beside me. And the first thing they'll say is, "Nice shoes." And they'll do this every time. They'll move their shoes around.
Yeah.
They'll like look at them or whatever.
Yeah,
Some
somebody
people
pick-
pull their shorts or pants and look
Yeah.
at them, see them better. Yeah, it's like, dude, those are nice.
Uh,
Oh, yeah.
Is that a Nike lanyard you got in your pocket?